Good afternoon, and welcome to the Colorado School of Mines Spring 2026 Commencement. We will be starting our program in 5 minutes. Please find your seats. In the unlikely event of an emergency that would require evacuation of the arena, please follow all instructions by event staff. Please take this time to identify the closest exits to you. For those seated in the bleachers, your closest exit may be behind you. Special effects will be used during this ceremony. Please note that they are a part of the program and will include bright flashing lights that resemble sparks and brief bursts of fog. The Golden Fire Department has reviewed and approved all of our special effects. Thank you.
My time at Mines was incredibly transformative and impactful. I am so grateful to have been surrounded by so many amazing friends, professors, faculty members that have helped me understand more about who I am and where I'm going next.
I mean, I ended up choosing Mines because it's undoubtedly the best college in Colorado, like based on ROI, it's a research institution, plenty of other factors, for example, the scenery.
Mines has a transfer agreement with Colorado community colleges, so that gave me a pathway as a non-traditional student.
The Mines community is fantastic. I genuinely think it's like family. I've met some of my favorite people here and people that I can fall back on, whether I'm struggling in a class or if I'm struggling in my life. Those are people who I know always have my back.
I think my favorite tradition is probably M-Climb. I think it's very indicative that Mines is not without challenge, but that there's a lot of support from your community members. E-Days is really wonderful. That's really helped me feel connected to everyone here and kind of having that shared experience.
We always go to the outdoor recreation center. Me and my buddies run a couple of tubes, go down tubing on Clear Creek and get really sunburnt every time.
So I've been fortunate enough to be part of Club Women's Rugby here at Mines, where we just won the national championship.
At the end of the day, a Mines degree means that you're able to be a confident engineer when you enter the workplace.
More than any specific skill that you might have learned, I think the Mines degree kind of unlocks a world of people who are familiar with the dedication that it requires to complete a Mines degree and the hard work that comes with it.
To me, being an ore digger means being passionate about learning, being dedicated to your work, and having the resiliency to keep pushing forward.
Seeing how far we can get with the opportunities we're given and how many more opportunities we can create.
Everyone, please stand if you are able to welcome the platform party. The processional is led by Dr. Douglas Nitschke, Faculty Senate Distinguished Lecturer, and Dr. Shubham Vyas, Faculty Senate President. Dr. Nitschke is carrying the University Mace, a symbol of knowledge authority dating back to the 13th century. The Mines Mace is made of rosewood, brass, bronze, and silver. It weighs 16 pounds and is topped by Blaster, our beloved school mascot. Dr. Vyas is carrying a replica of the 16th century book, the De Re Metallica, a widely considered foundational book on mining and metallurgy. It represents the body of knowledge shared by Mines faculty and students. Its opening and closing on today's stage will indicate the beginning and end of our ceremony. The platform party includes distinguished speaker and alumnus, Mr. Rob McKee, President and Professor, Dr. Paul C. Johnson, Provost, Dr. Stephanie Tompkins, Trustee and alumnus, Mr. Michael Coors, as well as alumna, Mrs. Jackie Simons Gant, and academic department heads, deans, and vice presidents. Continuing the processional are Minds faculty with representation across our academic departments. And now, let's make some noise for our bachelor degree candidates and the class of 2026. Over the course of these commencement ceremonies, we will be conferring 1,162 bachelor's degrees, 263 of which are being conferred in this ceremony alone. The flags that you see on the stage represent the home nations of our graduates. Afghanistan, Algeria, Argentina, Australia, Bangladesh, Bolivia, Brazil, Canada, China, the Cherokee Nation, Colombia, Egypt, Finland, France, Ghana, India, Indonesia, Iran, Japan, Kazakhstan, Kenya, Kuwait, the Muskogee Nation, Nigeria, Norway, Oman, Paraguay, the Pascua Yaqui tribe, Peru, the Philippines, Portugal, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, South Korea, Thailand, Turkey, the United Arab Emirates, Vietnam, Venezuela, and Zimbabwe, and the United States of America. Please remain standing until all of our graduating students have entered the arena. Dr. Viaz is now opening the De Re Metallica, indicating that this ceremony has officially begun. Please remain standing for the singing of the national anthem, performed by students in the Colorado School of Mines music program under the direction of Professor Kirsten Carpenter.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we held at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Please remain standing. The singers will now perform the Mines Alma Mater to the tune of Aura Lee. The Alma Mater opens Convocation and begins Commencement, marking the transition from Mines student to Mines alumni. You can find the Alma Mater's lyrics on the inside cover of your program.
Raise your voices, engineers, your devotion sing. To the greatest school of mines, let the chorus ring. Hail to thee, CSM, to our hearts most dear. Every miner lauds thy name, and every engineer. Honor, glory to thy name, these we pledge anew. While we live to sing thy fame, Alma Mater true. Hail to thee, School of Mines, silver and the blue. Every miner sings thy praise, O Alma Mater true.
Please be seated. Now, welcome to the podium, the 17th president of the Colorado School of Mines, Dr. Paul C. Johnson. Better known to today's graduates as PCJ.
All right, how about another round of applause for those great singers? Isn't they amazing? Hey everyone, thanks for being here today. We really appreciate you coming out to this ceremony. I know a lot of you traveled from all over the place, all corners of the planet, and it's great to have you here for this. On behalf of Colorado School of Mines, welcome to this celebration in honor of the amazing soon-to-be graduates seated in front of us. Whoops, blaster, stay there. This week, we're conferring Bachelor of Science degrees to 1,162 graduates spread across 4 ceremonies, and we saved the best for the last ceremony. Don't tell anybody in the other 3 I said that. Each is going to be recognized and congratulated here on stage. And when that happens, that walk across the stage will be a special moment for our graduates, for their families and friends, and for all of us at Mines. It will be the last leg of a journey that began, for most, on the intramural field just outside of this building. There, as newly arrived students, they gathered early one August morning with rocks that by tradition they bring from home and that should weigh about 10 pounds. Now, there might have been some variability in how closely these students met the weight specifications, and every once in a while there's a couple that look an awful lot like one of our landscape rocks. Anyway, from the IM fields, our new students began their 3-mile uphill trek along Lookout Mountain Road. They passed through an enthusiastic barrage of water-wielding and fight song singing upper-class students, and when they reached their destination, they climbed up on it. And as previous generations of ore diggers have done, they added their rocks and a new coat of paint to the M. They then had a chance to sit and take in the view of the city and the campus that would be their home for the next few years. The M climb was these graduates' welcome to the Mines community and the first of many challenges that they overcame on their path to this ceremony today. With those memories in mind, we'd like to start this commencement with a moment of reflection offered by student Julianne Stevens. Julianne, would you come on up? Job. So Julianne is originally from Ankeny, Iowa, and she's graduating today with honors in design engineering. Where's the design engineering bunch? I thought they might be over in that area. Now, you're wearing an awful lot of stuff.
Some are from my design engineering friends.
Some are from design engineering friends and other things, but maybe when I read off some of the things, you just hold up whichever the thing that's hanging off of you that's associated with that. So Julianne's been a member of the McBride Honors Program. Here we go. Grand Challenge Scholars Program. Undergraduate Student Research. I don't know. I think you're just making that up. How about student newspaper? Is there one for that? Oh, okay, no, that's okay. Also involved in the Granny First Year Honors Program. Green. All right. The Art Club and Society of Women Engineers. All right, I think you might have the record for the most I've seen on stage so far today. Anyway, pretty amazing, and you'll notice a lot of other students wearing things that are related to those as well. So she also supported other students as an honors teaching assistant, peer mentor, and summer teaching intern, gained professional experience through socio-technical internship with Pacific Northwest National Laboratory, and one of her most memorable accomplishments at Mines was helping start up our now 2-year-old Labriel Innovation Hub, Makerspace, where she served as one of its first student staff members, and it is my favorite place on campus. So Julianne's also a member of the running club, somehow finding time for training and recently completing your first marathon. Which one?
The Colorado Marathon.
Colorado Marathon, congratulations on that. I also just bumped into her, I don't know, 2 weeks ago, I can't remember, at bladesmithing class, where you had out all those, and your family was there with you today. So anyway, amazing things that you've done here. Following commencement, she's going to be working full-time as a system analyst with Career Team. Please welcome Julianne to the podium for our invocation. Thanks for being here.
Members of the faculty and administration, fellow students, family, and friends, it is my honor and privilege to offer an invocation for our commencement. Today, we give thanks for our institution, Colorado School of Mines. May it continue to grow as a dynamic center for immersive learning, new discovery, and the pursuit of shared wisdom. We hope that those who teach and those who learn continue to find joy in all their endeavors. As we celebrate the completion of our degrees today, we hope to build on the knowledge we gained and the experiences we had to affect positive change. Whether our next climb leads us to new academic summits, blazing trails in our lives and chosen careers, or if the broader world beckons, may we all live fulfilled lives that support others and enrich the world we share. We thank our dear friends and family who shared in and supported our educational journey for always believing in us. As we prepare to celebrate our academic achievements, we are aware that not all the friends and family who were a part of our journey are with us today due to loss or circumstance. For all those we have lost, please join me in observing a moment of silent reflection in their honor. May the stillness of this shared reflection remind us to be thankful for the freedoms we enjoy to pursue learning, life, and love. May we raise our eyes from the mundane and predictable to catch a glimpse of the glorious possibilities of adventure and discovery. May we proceed into the world with humble, thankful hearts and a reverence for those that changed the world before us, upon whose legacy we will continue to build. Thank you, and congratulations, class of 2026, for the achievements we are celebrating today.
All right, Julianne, do you have a cheering section here today? Yeah. How about Julianne cheering section stand up for us? Whoa, we got a big one. All right. Thank you for being here. Okay, now it's up to you. Does she get one of these? Okay. Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll see you later. All right. Thanks again. As Julianne and our other graduates know, Mines is challenging. Alumni affectionately say it was tough to get into Mines, but even tougher to get out. I often tell new students that you can't fly solo through Mines. You need to rely on each other, and you need a supportive network of friends and family. Because of that, I want to give our graduates an opportunity to thank their supporters, those that are here today and those that are watching our live feed on the internet. So graduates, why don't you please stand so we can get a good look at you. All right, yeah. You look pretty good, and we are so happy to see you here. I don't know if you remember, can you remember back to a few years ago, you were sitting kind of in the middle of the arena and you were looking that way at a stage, and it was convocation. It was like the first time we were all together, and maybe a little scary place at that time for you. But you got from there, you're back here again, and we're gonna celebrate your graduation. So congratulations for being here. Now we need to do a little coordinate checks on where everybody is, because Provost Tompkins keeps track of how everybody does during the ceremony. So when I call out your major, let us know where you are, okay? Applied Math and Stats. Ooh, all right. There to the left, okay. How about, I'll do these in groups. Civil engineers. All right. How about the environmental engineers? Ooh, you got the coveted front row position. All right, and how about, I think we might have a few from construction engineering this time, is that right? All right, excellent. Let's see who else. How about, let's see, engineering design and society we know is over here, right? How about geology and geological engineering? All right. How about the geophysics folks? Okay, how about the PEs? Okay. All right, they are ready. Let's see, who am I missing? Oh, I'm missing, how about our business engineering management science? Got some, you didn't sound too sure, but you're there. And I think we might have one economics major in the group as well, I don't know. Okay, and then let's see, I think I'm missing one other group, and that would be the mining engineering group. Where are they? All right. Okay, I think we know where everybody is. So, good job. All right. Okay, graduates, you are almost done. Almost, because we have 3 last assignments for you to be completed during the ceremony with one take-home part. Because, like, mine's kids, without an assignment, you're like rudderless almost, right? So we want to make sure that you got something there. In any case, the first of the 3 assignments is really easy. I'm going to ask groups of your supporters to stand. You're going to thank them for supporting you, make a lot of noise for them, and that part I think is going to come pretty easy to you. The part of the assignment tends to be a little tricky for some of the groups is I'm going to ask you to face a certain direction, and we're going to do that in a very coordinated way, okay? Now, this will be interesting because this is the group that has the most majors and the most variability across the technical and science background. So we're going to see how this works. But anyway, for example, on the count of 3, I'm going to ask you to rotate pi radians in a clockwise direction as viewed by the audience. You may compare notes. We do, after all, encourage teamwork at Minds. Give you a second. Okay, we ready? Okay, they look ready. Okay, 1, 2, 3. Yeah. Okay, if we got any parents out there, why don't you stand for us? Might be a couple, yep. All right. Parents, you gave us these students a few years ago, actually right here in this arena, and now we're giving them back to you. Same place. We've enjoyed our time with them. They are bright, they're curious, they're creative, they're caring, they're hardworking, and at times they go off into worlds and conversations that only Minds students understand. Some of you have said they found their people here, and that's true. Overall, it's been a hell of a lot of fun to be around them and to watch them blossom and develop into the amazing people that they are today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for entrusting your students with us for these past few years. And graduates, let's give it up for your parents. And for all the moms in the audience, raise your hands. Happy belated Mother's Day to you. Yep. And you know, the way graduation ceremonies work out, the dads never get thanked because Father's Day is always later than these, but let's thank the dads in advance for Father's Day too, so yep. All right. Okay, parents, you may be seated. Next up, how about all of the friends, siblings, spouses, significant others, and relatives? Yep. Awesome. All right, we affectionately refer to you as the distractions. Your role was always to keep our graduates from getting too hyper-focused on their studies, and some of you did that really, really, really well. Whether you had a positive or negative impact on their GPAs or the time it took to complete their degrees, we want to thank you for helping our OR-diggers find balance on their Minds journey. Thank you for being here today. Thank you for all that you did to support and distract our graduates. And graduates, let's thank your distractors. All right, you may be seated. And thank you for being here again. All right, graduates, we're gonna do another 180-degree rotation, but not yet. No peeking backwards, no. Okay, this one's gonna be fun with this group. You need to use the right-hand rule. I heard a groan. Okay, so you're gonna rotate in the direction that the magnetic field is aligned when you have a current flowing up through a wire oriented vertically. It's okay to compare notes. I sense some uncertainty in the field. Okay, we're definitely watching geophysics, because if anyone should get it right in this group, it should be them. So, okay, get ready. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, all right. Okay, so next up, we want to recognize all of your faculty. So each of you have some folks representing you here on the stage. So would faculty and Minds folks stand up here for a minute? Let's give them a round of applause. Yep. Okay, I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to count to 3, and each of you is going to yell out your favorite faculty member in your program. Okay? It's like assignment 1B. Okay? 1, 2, 3. Awesome. Love it. So anyway, what I want to do is thank all of my colleagues up here on stage for all they do to educate, inspire, support, mentor, and secure scholarships for our students. You are the reason Minds is consistently ranked in the top 5% nationally of all public universities, and why we hold the prestigious Carnegie R1 classification of research. The Wall Street Journal got it right when they named Mines faculty tops across all U.S. public universities for being balanced in their dedication to both classroom instruction and scholarly research. And for all of our faculty and everybody who runs our academic programs, thank you so much for all that you do. And students, let's thank this group for their support and for preparing you to be such hell of engineers. All right, you may be seated. I would like to acknowledge one other special guest here on stage. You'll meet a few others along the way, but I would like to note that we have a member from our Board of Trustees, Trustee Michael Coors. Michael's 06 alum, yep, an 06 alum of Mines, and later in the ceremony, he's going to channel all of the trustees and hopefully decide that it's okay to confer your degrees to you. So anyway, how about a round of applause for all of the Board of Trustees? All right, okay. Now this is a funny group because it sat down without like being asked to sit down. But anyway, it's a chill group because like this 5 people right here basically sat down the moment they came in the ceremony. So anyway, I think we'll be good. Anyway, you may stay seated for a while because what I'm going to do is I'm going to tell the audience a little bit about the uniqueness of our university, the significance of your degrees, and what makes you, Mines graduates, so distinctive. Now, since its founding 152 years ago, Mines is focused on producing the top scientists and engineers, the industry leaders and entrepreneurs, and the knowledge and innovation that industry and society need for prosperity. Our name, Colorado School of Mines, reflects our starting point. The post-graduation destinations of our graduates reflect the breadth of what we teach and research today. For example, industries that this semester's graduates will go to include the aerospace industry, energy, minerals, defense, infrastructure, water, IT, quantum, biotech, startup companies, and financial industries. Some will pursue graduate degrees at Mines or other highly ranked universities, and others are heading off to medical school, dental school, and law school. A few will become commissioned officers in the military. But wherever they go, these graduates are going to stand out. The unique combination of challenge, rigor, and fundamentals, plus hands-on and practical experiences, and the time spent in the Mines community naturally forge a very different kind of graduate than is produced from any other engineering and applied science program in the world. We know that from our close industry ties and from our alumni network. Employers tell us that the key differentiators of Mines graduates are their strong work ethic, their practical experiences, and the somewhat fearless ability to tackle complex problems that they've never seen before. And they pretty much have done that on every midterm that they've taken here at Mines. So I know they're ready for unknown things. Employers also say that Mines graduates work better in teams than graduates from any other well-known university. We've seen glimpses of what these graduates are capable of from their engineering design projects, their field session work, their successes in national engineering competitions, and the companies that a few of them have started while at Mines. Mines isn't for everyone. We definitely attract a particular type of student, one that is actually very endearing to many of us, partly for their humility, and partly for how much they do and don't exemplify the engineering stereotype all at the same time. Not only are these graduates wicked smart, but they're talented musicians, artists, and performers. They raise money for charities. They were peer mentors, resident advisors, and campus leaders. They welcomed students who arrived at Mines after them and mentored them at Ore Digger Camp. They built cardboard boats and tried to float down a freezing creek in them. They got up early on a no-class day just to pull an ore cart 7 miles from Golden to Denver. Their commentary during fireworks shows is hilarious. This group in particular, I think, is probably going to be one that likes explosions and stuff like that. So they're good. They suddenly develop a Western swagger when they put on their graduation hats. You'll see that when they cross the stage. They will forever love miniature burros. They showed the nation that teams comprised entirely of engineers and scientists can win at the highest level of athletic competition and do it with class on the field, court, mat, track, and bike trails. I always tell people that if you're feeling bad about the world, and it is, you go home, you watch the news, and it's like, oh man, the world's not a fun place. I'll tell you, just come to Mines, spend a few minutes with a Mines student, like 15 minutes, have coffee with them, talk to them about their aspirations, what their dreams are for the world. And I'll tell you, because I get to do this, I'm very fortunate in that. You might feel like a slacker afterwards, but you're going to feel really, really good about the future because these kids are amazing. And it's not just me, the news media seems to like them too.
I know everybody's like asking ChatGPT or Claude or whatever. We need a service where it's just ask School of Minds people.
I think so, because those students are really smart. They're ready to go.
How many times have we done a story where it's like, well, there's a real tough problem, but then School of Minds got after it?
I know, it's just a freshman.
She's a freshman.
What's she going to do by her senior year?
Yeah, absolutely. I think she'll have this all solved.
School of Minds. Continues to amaze me. You guys do awesome stuff. You can solve these problems and traffic problems and everything else.
World problems. That's the goal.
Thanks, guys.
And summer starts tomorrow, and I don't know why it is so bright. It is brighter than a Colorado School of Mines graduating senior, and I do not know why it's so bright out here.
Okay, our bright Colorado School of Mines graduating seniors, please stand up for this last bit. Yeah. You were challenged the moment you stepped foot on the Mines campus, and you banded together, you helped each other, and got the job done. Those distinguishing characteristics of Mines graduates, the strong work ethic, perseverance, resilience, and teamwork, will serve you well in life and your careers. You're ready. And today the world needs bright and creative scientists and engineers and technically trained leaders more than ever. I want you to know that Mines faculty, staff, leadership, alumni, and trustees recognize your significant accomplishment, and they are proud to call you graduates of Colorado School of Mines. Now, the take-home part of your assignment for today is that I hope that you always carry and share that pride with you wherever you go in life and your career. Do that for us? All right. And as you make your mark in the world, I hope that you find some way to help others pursue their dreams, just as others have helped you. It's been a pleasure to be with you. You are all hell of engineers. You are ore diggers for life. Please stay engaged and be Mines, hell of a Mines alumni. Graduates, I'm looking forward to when you're crossing the stage. We get to shake your hands. It's amazing that you're here. Hope you have a great day. Congratulations. Go ore diggers. And for the 5 right here in the front row, you can be seated. And all the rest of you too. It's okay. All right. Okay. Please welcome to the podium at this point in time, Vice President of Student Life, Dr. Braylon Pantel. She's going to introduce our student speaker.
Thank you, President Johnson. Good afternoon, everyone. I am so honored to introduce our student speaker this afternoon, Ella Marasco, who is graduating today with a degree in construction engineering. Come on over, Ella, so we can tell everyone a little bit about you. All right. A very proud member of the program's inaugural graduating class, Ella has been deeply engaged in both the academic and professional communities at Mines while helping to grow a strong and supportive presence for women in the field of construction engineering. Her experience includes serving as a field engineering intern at Flatiron Dragados, where she supported fuel infrastructure projects out at Denver International Airport. She also gained international experience as a structural engineering intern in Rome, Italy, contributing to the restoration and modeling of historic structures, including sites within the Roman Forum. Pretty cool. On campus, Ella has demonstrated an incredible commitment to community building as a lead peer mentor, guiding incoming and current students and championing the idea that we climb together. I can personally attest to Ella's strength in this area since Ella and I co-taught a section of CSM 101 together. Ella is an active member of the American Society of Civil Engineers, the Society of Women Engineers, and a member of Pi Phi sorority. Following graduation, Ella will begin her career as an assistant project manager with Michaels Corporation out in Wisconsin. Please welcome Ella to the podium.
On one of our only cold days this year, the wind is howling across the plains east of Denver International Airport. My hands and face are buried in my oversized jacket as jets fly overhead and I stand in the shadow of Den's jet fuel tanks, my job site the past 6 months. The ground is muddy, it snowed overnight, and today's brief sun has turned everything into a slick, dangerous mess. From where I'm standing on exposed rebar, I watch a fully loaded concrete truck start sliding towards me. The scared driver jumped out as soon as the truck stopped, and he ran straight to me. "Boss, we have to call off the other trucks." boss? Me? No, that wasn't really an option. Stopping now meant a coal joint that wouldn't pass our quality inspection, or it would mean forcing crews to work under diesel heaters in unsafe conditions. I looked left, I looked right. Jesus was gone on an errand, Mike was moving dry dirt onto the ramp. It was my call. Standing there, I realized how far I'd come. 2 years earlier, I might have run away in a tough moment like this. In my first years here, I had moments where I felt like I didn't belong. I remember walking out of a differential equations class 5 minutes after exams were passed back, staring at a 32% and feeling completely alone. But this January, something was different. I got another tough grade, but instead of shutting down, I turned to my friend, Jenna, it's a 29, and we laughed. It was never about the grade. It was about the people who stood by you regardless. Over 4 years, I have built a group of people who showed up for the hard moments, not just the easy ones, and I know that no matter what happens next, we'll figure it out together. During my time at Mines, I have had the privilege of serving this community as a personal trainer, a group exercise instructor, a peer mentor, and a lead peer mentor. Those roles placed me inside of small communities and gave me the responsibility to help build new ones for incoming and current students. And maybe it was "we climb together" being drilled into me at every single training, but over my time here, I realized your support truly is everything. A Mines degree is tough. No matter your major, no matter your career path, this is not an easy education. But what makes it manageable, what makes it meaningful, is the community we build around it. Throughout your time here, you've probably worked through Physics 1, wrestled with computer science, and crashed your way through senior design. Along the way, you found friends, mentors, and built skills that go far beyond academics. You learned how to work with others, how to read people, and how to support one another. And those skills don't end today. They are part of the Mines legacy that every graduate carries into the world. We've built incredible communities here, but the truth is, none of us got here on our own. Some of the most important people in our story aren't graduates. They're in the audience. I want to take a moment to recognize that walking across this stage today is part of something much bigger than the last 4 years. For many of you, this moment has been decades in the making. Graduation wasn't just our goal, it was yours too. I know for my parents, far before they even decided on my name, they were already working towards opportunities that would lead me to this moment. And if that's true for you too, congratulations. Your graduate is just as proud of you as you are of them. Thank you for everything it took to get us here. Graduates, before we move forward, I want you to think of one person, or a few, who helped you get here. Someone who picked up the phone, showed up when it mattered, or believed in you when you didn't believe in yourself. And at some point today, whether it's over dinner or on the drive home, tell them thank you. For me personally, how lucky am I to have a family who never said, "Girls can't do that." Instead, they took me searching for fossils in the desert, played hockey with me at midnight on frozen ponds, and always encouraged me to learn more and ask why. In the 4 years I've been here, my mom has always picked up the phone, even at 2 in the morning. She listened when I didn't think I belonged and reminded me that I was exactly where I needed to be. And my dad, who saw my engineering potential far before I ever did, would send me a simple text when things were tough. "Love you, kid." And every time, it reminded me to keep going, to be a stronger, more thoughtful, and compassionate version of myself. My grandmother, who worked as a general contractor decades ahead of her time with pink tools so no one would steal them, inspired me to walk this stage today as a construction engineer. And countless others, friends, mentors, professors, stood by me when I needed them most. So yes, standing there at DIA that day, facing a very expensive decision, I was the only one physically there. But I was far from alone, because behind me was everything Mines has given me. Years of education, tough lessons, and a community that prepared me to make that call. In the coming years, we will all face some difficult decisions, some far above our pay grade, some much earlier than we expected, and at times, we may feel a little alone. But that couldn't be further from the truth. The Mines community carries forward with you. Through career changes, difficult decisions, and life milestones, it stands with you. We climb together. So, I ask every graduate here today, take that mentality with you. Cultivate community wherever life takes you next. Break glass ceilings and build doors for those behind you. You've seen what the power of community can do. don't leave it here. We are the future leaders of Earth, energy, and environment, and I genuinely believe that the world is in good hands with this group of graduates. Tomorrow, we begin our own climbs. Call your people, ask for help, and be the one who shows up. We are now part of a legacy of supporting one another. Let's stay true to that, both to the legacy and to ourselves. Good luck on your next adventure, and when things get tough, and they will, remember, you are never climbing alone. Thank you.
Okay, Ella, do you have a cheering section here?
Right over there.
How about stand up, Ella's cheering section? Oh, wow, all right. Whoa! That is the first time other students have stood up to be part of a cheering section. It's good. Well, that's pretty good. You think she should get one of these? All right.
Oh, thank you so much.
Nice job.
Thank you.
Look forward to seeing you along.
Thank you.
All right, thanks again, Ella. They're like tribbles back here. All right, it's time now to welcome to the podium our keynote speaker and Mines alumnus, Rob McKee. Rob, why don't you hop up? Rob earned a degree in petroleum engineering from Colorado School of Mines in 1968. Where's the PEs? Okay. All right, and he also has a master's degree from MIT as a Sloan Fellow in 1983. Rob had a 36-year career in the energy industry, retiring from his position as Executive Vice President of Exploration and Production for ConocoPhillips. During his career, he also served as the Senior Oil Advisor to the Coalition Provisional Authority in Iraq following the 2003 invasion. He's held numerous leadership roles across industry, philanthropy, and corporate boards, including 17 years as a member of the Colorado School of Mines Foundation Board of Governors. Rob has received Mines Distinguished Career Achievement Award. He's a member of the Athletic Hall of Fame, the Petroleum Engineering Hall of Fame, and the Century Society. Rob and his wife, Ann, are longtime supporters of Colorado School of Mines. Their contributions include the McKee End Zone Project. So how many of you have gone to football games? How many of you have been in the West End Zone where like Blaster's hanging out and the beer garden is? And yep, because I've seen some of you over there. So I know you've been there. So anyway, we've got that because of Rob and Ann. And as well as they've contributed other upgrades to Mines athletic facilities, including the Jim Darden Field, Clear Creek Athletics Complex, and both football and baseball fields. They've also established the McKee Family Scholarship Program, which has provided approximately 6 to 10 petroleum and mechanical engineering scholarships annually for over 20 years. That's pretty remarkable. In 2018, they established the President's Bridge Award, which provides financial support, mentorship, and enhanced learning opportunities for students as well. And something that he didn't include in his bio, but I know is there, is we're still trying to figure it out, but he's one of 2 people vying for the record of the longest home run ever hit in Mines baseball field. The other person isn't here to argue against him, so for today, Rob can have the record. If we had the other person here, it would go on for hours. Let me tell you that. But in any case, we're really lucky to have Rob here today. Rob, it's a special moment to have you back, and thank you for all that you've done to support Mines. And please join me in welcoming Rob McKee to the podium.
So, President Johnson and members of the Mines faculty, staff, trustees, guests, most important to my soon-to-be fellow graduates of the Colorado School of Mines, thank you for having me today. When the president asked me to be with you, my first thought was, what in the world can a dinosaur like me possibly say to a group like you that might be of interest? And I never came up with an answer to that. Sorry. As a father, I may have run into a couple of circumstances where it might have been similar. As our 3 kids were growing up, I want you to know I gave a few speeches to them that, if they were recorded, would surely have gone down alongside Lincoln's Gettysburg Address for their eloquence and their importance. Man, they were good, at least in my opinion. I'd like to tell you these talks got rave reviews, but you guessed it, I didn't notice any light bulbs going on. Guess it was much like when I was receiving pearls of wisdom from my dad. You know, I was only half listening and wondering when it'd be over. But as the years passed, some of what he said to me came back. And my kids have said the same thing, actually, as they've gotten older and become parents themselves. There are some important things that I found are to be pretty important in the hectic world we live in. Remember when I got my degree? No, you don't remember it. There's no possible way you could remember that, I guess. But if you needed information, you went to a building called a library. You know, there were no cell phones. There was a cartoon detective named Dick Tracy who wore a radio wristwatch that he could talk to people on and listen to people. Imagine that. We were introduced as students to something called a computer, but for all 4 years I was here, we used slide rules. The smartest appliance I had in my apartment was a toaster that occasionally worked if I pushed the lever down just right and held it. A lot of exciting stuff has come to pass since then, but I don't think it takes a genius to predict that the next 50 years are going to be mind-boggling for sure. Your world won't be the same as mine. All I do know is it's going to be far different, far more challenging, and far more unknown than anything that's come before. I'm pretty sure you'll generally have a different view of your future than I did. When I graduated, a career was more what I'd call linear. Of course, everybody around me wasn't exactly the same, but most of us picked a field and we worked in that field and retired 35 or 40 years later with some security and hopefully lots of good memories. Having Depression-era parents like we did meant that for the majority of us, a steady paycheck, predictability, and low risk were all a part of our DNA. In contrast now, a bigger percentage of you will all probably have multiple careers. Some of you will work in industries that don't even exist yet. Some of the jobs you trained for will disappear. Although we experience so much in our era, the speed of change for you is likely to be even faster than it was for us. And it's a real deal when I say that that speed is going to challenge you. Although I can't possibly see over your horizons, that's why I decided today that I'm just going to go a little grandfatherly on you and talk to you about some things that I think are important. I know you thought as of now you were done with lectures, and I promise I'll be brief so that you will. Paying attention to a few fundamental things over the coming years won't insulate you from the changes you're going to have to deal with, but they're naturally going to help you recenter yourself if you begin to feel a little adrift, and they'll better equip you to change with the times. So let me run through a few of these. First of all, the strength of your character will still be more important than talent. I'm going to use a little personal story just to illustrate what I think about character. I mentioned my dad earlier. He had a tough life. He was a bomber pilot in World War II. He got shot down in Europe, was a POW until the end of the war, had bad health, lost his wife and my mother when I was 6, just for starters. He took my mother all over the country searching for a cure for her cancer, and in the process ran up some very serious debt. But he showed us something about what being a member of the greatest generation really meant, where your word was your bond, where you left the place in a better condition than you found it, right was never wrong, and so on and so on. He paid off the last of my mom's medical bills after I got out of college and refused all those years to take the easy way out with a bankruptcy or a default or charity. It meant, of course, as a family, we had to forego some things, but all of us and all of the people who knew him learned that there are things more important than creature comforts. He was a successful man by everyone's accounts, and quite frankly, he remains the guy I'd like to be 50 years later. Reliability, honesty, integrity, principles, all those elements of character determines whether people trust you, and that trust is a currency that you can use in your careers as you go forward. Let me tell you something else that matters, and that's what I call ringing the bell when you're needed, showing up, being on time and prepared, being ready to contribute. In every organization I've been around, the people who end up being called boss are usually those who could be counted upon. In my case, there were lots of times, in fact, if I was totally honest, probably every time, when I wasn't near the smartest guy in the room. But I could control whether I showed up and was prepared. I could control whether I finished a job to the best of my ability, and I could control how hard I worked. All of those things were on me. Remember the simple fact that you can't always control the outcomes, but you can sure as heck always control being reliable and, as I say, ringing the bell. And believe me, this trait is like compound interest. It grows itself in the eyes of others over your career. Now, the third thing I'll mention is that I believe relationships matter more than credentials. When it comes to getting a new job or performing in the one you have, your resume or history is important, but it's only going to take you so far. A successful career is not a solitary endeavor, and your relationships will be a fundamental building block for you as you go forward. Remember, no app can be a substitute for friendship or loyalty. No remote digital connection equals a friend who shows up when things fall apart. No artificial intelligence takes the place of the real you. You won't be able to go through your professional life alone, I guarantee it. So if you cultivate a strong stable of friends and trusted confidants and mentors all around you, they'll help you, of course, shape yourself, and they'll also insulate you from being isolated and left behind. It's crucial for us to all be able to turn to something other than a machine when you need that kind of help. You'll have some downs in your career, and these real relationships are going to help you get through them. And speaking of downs, that brings up the next point. It's a fact, as we all know, that life isn't fair sometimes. There won't be smooth sailing all the time. You'll fail at something important. You'll sometimes feel disappointed, discouraged. That's just the way it's going to be. But there's something we don't talk about much, and that's about how important it is to be resilient, being able to play through the personal challenges as they arrive. Resiliency is a quiet but crucial strength, and it's a competitive advantage when change threatens you. It's getting up and making your bed the next morning, even when you don't want to quote Admiral McRaven's famous commencement address to the University of Texas. It's doing the things you don't want to do but need to be done. It's making a call or decision that hurts, but that you know is right. It's trying harder when your confidence is down. I've lived long enough to know that success is not a straight line. It's a series of recoveries or near misses and sometimes plain old serendipity. It's called hanging in there. You can't necessarily avoid these downs in your life, but being strongly resilient will help you weather them. Moving on, I've learned something else at my age. The second you think you have everything figured out is the exact moment you start to get left behind. So my strongest suggestion is to take it upon yourself to be an active learner. I'd challenge you to learn one new thing a day, even if it's looking up a word that you've never seen before. This accumulation of knowledge will help you deal with things in your coming years. So obviously be curious, learn how to relearn. Ask questions no matter how dumb you think they are. Learn from people that are younger than you, older than you, look different than you, come from a different place, and importantly, from people who disagree with you. The folks who will thrive in this changing world we face are going to be the ones who adapt and grow. I believe thinking you've got it all figured out will make you, another word of mine, I'd call it brittle, but I also believe curiosity keeps you much more flexible. I suggest you choose the flexibility. Moving on, just a quick note about you personally. Being humble is a strength. It's not a weakness. First of all, if you're good, the word is going to get around. When I was younger, I thought I could be successful. I couldn't be successful unless I knew all the answers. Of course, I was very wrong about this. I've come to be comfortable knowing this about myself, And in some way, this has actually freed me up because I can now ask those stupid questions without a guilty conscience. And I could certainly know that I don't have to play charades and pretend to be something that I'm not. I've learned to listen better and to involve more people in getting to a better decision. The faster you admit what you don't know, the faster and better you'll learn. Remember, God gave us all 2 ears and 1 mouth for a very good reason. The last point I want to make to you is at the start of a career, it's normal to think of all the things that are coming your way. Big things like promotions and raises and impact and recognition. And there's obviously absolutely nothing wrong with all of those things. However, I'd submit it's wise to remember that small things play a big part in your success also. Things like keeping promises, apologizing when you're wrong, returning calls, saying thanks, making that bed, exercising even when you don't feel like it, and as an aside, calling your parents once in a while. You know, whether you like it or not, they had a big role in you guys being here. And you were also a window for them to look into this uncertain future coming up. So take them along with you. Anyway, lots of little but important things like those. Success rarely explodes on an individual, and it takes ambition and hard work coupled with continually doing these small things. So I apologize if I've stated the obvious to you today. Your careers are going to be exciting, challenging, different than mine, but I also know that some very important and fundamental things are going to stand the test of time. I've mentioned a few of those today: character, reliability, developing strong relationships, being resilient, being an active learner, staying humble, and doing the small things. These things were important when letters were typed on typewriters, when fax machines arrived. They worked when we went to the moon and came back. They worked when email appeared. They worked when smartphones took over. And I know they're going to continue to work with whatever comes next and faces you all. The rest of the 21st century is going to test you. That's a good thing. You're ready for it. Your technologies and tools are going to be much more powerful than anything that's come before. But keep those fundamentals I just got done talking about in mind. They are pretty stubborn. They've survived time and progress, recessions, wars, and now they're in the process, I think, of surviving the digital age. My theory is they're going to serve you just as well as they have me and our previous generations. So, fellow graduates, I have enormous confidence in you. Let's hear your voice. Let's see your leadership. You've made it to a significant milestone in your life because of your hard work, because a lot of people helped you along the way, because you're the product of a very wonderful school. So congratulations and my best wishes to all of you in the class of 2026. You can proudly say that you are each now a hell of an engineer. I very much appreciate being allowed to look a little bit into your future with you. Thanks again.
Thank you, Rob, for that very heartfelt message. I know Ann and family members are here. Are they hanging out over? Why don't you stand up for us so we can thank you for being here? Yep, all right. And you get one of these too. All right. And don't run too far. I know you were admiring these, but you get one of these too, so you can hang out with the graduates. Yep. You may. All right. Oh, we got a special thing that has not been seen at any of the other ceremonies. Ooh, what's that? Yeah. Anyway, so you can see that, I'm going to invite Trustee Michael Coors to the podium. He's going to present a special award that's given by the Board of Trustees only once a year and to only one faculty member. For those who want it, as I mentioned earlier, we have about 375 faculty. It's happening in this ceremony because it's a faculty member familiar to many of graduates that are here, And the fun part is the faculty member doesn't actually know yet that they're getting this award. So, Michael, I'll leave it up to you.
Okay. Annually, the Board of Trustees recognizes the exceptional contributions of a Minds faculty member through the presentation of the Board of Trustees Outstanding Faculty Award. This award recognizes innovation and impact in teaching and learning, both inside and outside the classroom. This year, the Board of Trustees is pleased to present the Outstanding Faculty Award to Dr. Scott Strong, teaching professor in applied mathematics and statistics. Dr. Strong, please join me at the podium. Good to see you. For over 2 decades of connection to Minds, Dr. Scott Strong has been much more than an educator. He's been a transformative force across every dimension of the student experience. Whether he's pioneering project-based learning in a large lecture hall or mentoring first-time researchers, Scott has a unique gift for bringing mathematics to life. He doesn't just teach formulas, he fosters a classroom culture built on curiosity, reflection, and intellectual courage. He challenges our students not only to master complex ideas, but also to understand how they learn, giving them the confidence to tackle the world's toughest problems. Beyond the classroom, Scott is a campus leader in educational innovation, guiding us through everything from course redesigns to the thoughtful integration of Gen AI. Perhaps his greatest legacy is found in the letters from alumni. Years later, they still cite Dr. Strong as a person who defined their Minds experience. For his passion, his empathy, and his relentless dedication to our mission, please join me in congratulating the recipient of the Board of Trustees Outstanding Faculty Award, Dr. Scott Strong.
All right. Now, last thing between us and walking across the stage is going to be a special welcome from one of our alumni, welcoming our newest graduates to the alumni family. And each of our ceremonies, we've had an Alumni Association Award winner do that welcome. At this ceremony, we have Jackie Siemens-Gant. Jackie, why don't you come on up? And Jackie actually flew all the way out. I heard a rumor that you flew from Tacoma to be here today, yes, just to do this welcome for everybody. Jackie's a graduate from 13 and 15, and she was a Young Alumni Award winner. So let's congratulate her on that award and welcome her to the podium at the same time to do the welcome for us.
I'm very honored to be here today. Also a little nervous. It's just so amazing to have this full circle moment with you today, and I thank you for letting me take a few minutes of your time. Before I get into welcoming you to the Alumni Association, I first want to thank the Alumni Association. It really is a fantastic group, and they're always extremely supportive, and I want to thank them for having me here today. Also special thank you to the math department. I know some of you here. You have always really, really encouraged me and supported me, and so I want to thank you today. This will be short, I promise. From this stage today, I get to be the first of many alumni to say congratulations. You've earned it. Today, you will leave Minds as the beneficiaries of a world-class education from one of the most prestigious engineering and science universities in the world. We, the alumni, hope you take great pride and joy in this accomplishment. Yesterday, you were members of a highly select group, students of Colorado School of Mines. Today, I have the extra honor of welcoming you to a very loyal and proud group, alumni of Colorado School of Mines. While the tendrils of the Mines community can be found in so many places, there are two I would like to share with you today. First, wherever you go in your lives and careers, you'll find other Mines alumni. And we do mean wherever, all around the globe and occasionally in places you aren't expecting it. Whether you meet these fellow alumni organically or seek them out through things like local alumni groups, we encourage you to find meaningful ways to stay connected and to share your experiences and knowledge with the next generation of ore diggers. Second, the Mines Alumni Association is continually working to foster and strengthen connections and service among the alumni community. In short, we're here to give back to you for many years to come. Keep an eye out for tried and true traditions, as well as new and exciting events that provide opportunities to connect to fellow alumni, become a volunteer for Mines, continue your professional growth, and importantly, have some fun. Consider coming back to campus for homecoming or for E-Days. Once again, congratulations on your great accomplishment today, and welcome to the Colorado School of Mines Alumni Association community.
So did you graduate in spring of 2015?
Spring of 15, December and 13.
So out in the rain?
Yeah.
All right, hey, you get one of these too. Thank you. Yeah, how about, for traveling all this way to give the welcome. Thank you so much. That's amazing.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. All right, and if we have any alums out in the audience, parents, friends, whatever, if you're alums, Colorado School of Mines, why don't you stand up for a minute so we can thank you for, welcome back. Okay, graduates, who wants to cross the stage? All right, this group really wants to do everything. I like that. I have a feeling they're all going to come alive in a second, but we're all going to cross the stage here for a second. Everybody is responsible for clapping. It's okay to make use of any contraband noisemakers that you snuck in today, and I'm pretty sure there's at least one. So if you're in the stands, feel free to stomp your feet. You want to practice that? Good, excellent. Students, graduates, you're encouraged to clasp for your classmates crossing up here on the stage. We try to keep track of which of the majors is cheering the loudest, and Rob, you may have to help us with that part. Stephanie, you'll watch this side, Rob will watch that side, and we'll see how things are going from that. I'd like to just sort of warm us up a little bit by acknowledging a few groups of our graduates who we don't have a chance to sort of do all individually, but we're going to do a little bit as groups. So first is I'd like to recognize students who are graduating with academic honors and distinction. So if you're graduating with academic honors cum laude, would you please stand up? Yep. Congratulations to all of you, and you may be seated. If you're graduating with academic honors magna cum laude, would you stand up, please? And congratulations to all of you as well. And to the group that I call the Brainiac category, the summa cum laudes, would you please stand up for us? Yeah. Congratulations to all of you as well. All right, so let's see, a few other groups I'd like to recognize. So each of our departments sometimes extends graduating awards to our seniors. We can't recognize them all individually here in the program, but their names are in the graduation program. So if you've got a department level award recognition, would you please stand up so we can clap for all of you? Yeah. Congratulations to all of you. I think you remember both of our student speakers were wearing a lot of things. We talked about what some of those things stand for, very sort of honors and scholars, communities and things like that. All of you are wearing something in this group, just about. So if you're wearing anything that designates anything like that. I won't name them all. Pretty much all of you have something on. Would you stand up so we can congratulate you for that as well? Yep. And I've heard a rumor that this particular group has a very high concentration of McBride honor scholars, so how about the McBriders make some noise for a second? Yeah, all right. Okay, another group I'd like to recognize that's special to a lot of us. If you're the first ever in your family to graduate from college, please stand up. Yeah. If you came to Colorado School of Mines from another country to attend school here, why don't you stand up for us? All right, yes. And finally, if you were a student athlete in your time here at Mines, would you please stand up as well? Yep. Stay up for a second. I'm going to talk about you for just a moment. I just want to tell the audience a little bit about, because they don't always expect a school like Colorado School of Mines to be good at athletics. But I just want to tell you a few things. Number one, these are true student athletes. I don't know how they do it. They manage rigorous academic programs and training at an intensity to compete at a national level it is just mind-boggling to me. Our student athletes win conference championships. They've won 22 in the last 4 years. They appear in a lot of national championships and postseason tournaments. At the end of it all, they're often on the podium. Some of them will, any of you have rings on today? Okay, we got at least, yep. Okay, so if they got rings on, that means they were at least conference champions, potentially even further than that in the postseason, and some of them have multiple rings on, which is pretty cool. Anybody have a medal on? And so some of our students, when they graduate, they will be wearing their All-American medals, which means that they finished basically in the top of their sport nationally as well, which is pretty good. The recognition that I especially like to brag about with Mines is that Mines has produced more academic All-Americans than any other school in Division II history, which there's about 300 schools. So it's pretty amazing. And to get that, just to be even considered for that nomination, you have to be tops nationally in your athletic endeavor, but you also have to be tops in your academic endeavor at the same time. So pretty difficult thing to do, and it's something we're really proud of. To give you a frame of reference, Division I, it's Stanford. Division III, it's MIT. Division II, it's Colorado School of Mines. We're proud of that. We're proud of all of our student athletes. Thank you for being here. I'll just also say most of them are done with that, but we do have about 23 student athletes that will be competing at nationals for outdoor track and field starting next week, so we wish them all good luck in their competitions. Also like to point out that I've accumulated a lot of trophies here on stage from many of them, including our women's cross country team, which finished their highest finished ever nationally in the fall, it's second in the nation. We also have our women's rugby team, which had never won a national championship before, but has managed to win 2 in the last 12 months. And this jersey up here is from our cycling team, which has won a total of 7 national championships already, the last in the past fall. So congrats to all of them. All right, I think we're just about ready. So let's get people lined up here at the podium, and I'll explain the logistics a little bit. First of all, if you're expecting to see anything following alphabetical order, almost give up. So if you're parents and you're trying to figure out when you actually have to pay attention, our students cross the stage. The majors are ordered in the order in which their departments were established at Mines. So it's not the order in which the degree was established, but the department within which the degree is delivered was established. So they're not in alphabetical order. Within the degrees, they're roughly alphabetical order for the students. So, so keep an eye on that. Each student's name will be read out up here on the screen. You'll hear it. You'll get to see them cross the stage. We're going to greet them. A number of us will be there. Rob, if you would like to join us in greeting the graduates, it'd be great to have you there. Michael, if you'd like to join us. Provost Tompkins, deans, Oh, yes. Thank you, Provost Tompkins, has reminded me I forgot something. Nobody crosses the stage, whoops, without Blaster with a hat on. Okay, now we're almost ready. All right, so we're gonna read the students' names, they'll cross the stage. A couple things may happen. So one thing is that some students are gonna come across the stage, they'll come up to me and they're gonna hand me a medal. I'd love to keep it because they're beautiful, but it's actually not for me, it's for them. And those students are the outstanding graduating seniors selected by the faculty of that program. And so when you see me put a medal on somebody, that's who that is, and might be nice to give a little extra special cheer for that person to somehow have gotten that level of recognition from their faculty. So that's one thing that may happen crossing the stage. The second thing is, and this is where assignment number 2 comes in. Remember, we got 3 assignments to complete. Assignment number 2 comes from your families and your parents. They want you to take a good picture. Okay? Sort of sounds easy, except for the fact that, like, I stand there, you come up to shake my hand, but the photographer is over there. Okay? I know how irresistible I am. You're going to want to look at me when you're shaking my hand, but, like, force yourself to resist and to look over to your right. If the first person does it, it goes perfectly. So no pressure, but usually the first person is an outstanding graduating senior, so we've got pretty high faith that they will do this correctly for us. So that's the way this is all going to work. So why don't we get lined up? So everybody who's going to shake hands, hop up for us. We'll get going. Graduates, enjoy your time crossing the stage. You've earned this. This is your moment for your families. You'll be great. I look forward to shaking your hands. Let's go.
From Mining Engineering, Bill Zish, Department Head. Nolan Samuel Cox. Noah Chase Adams. Dylan Matthew Barnes. Rogan Gerard Bruce. Baylor Wayne Callison. Xavier Theodore Dibben. Emma Jane Edgar. Emilio Jose Ferrand Ortiz. Fitra Hassanata Isa. Caitlin Paige Kreger. Jack Campbell Maring. Theodore Nicholas Mascarenas. Andrew John Morrissey. Eric Michael Moskal. Alexandra Catherine Nickel. Mobarake Nuri. Connor D. Pallas. Soren C. Paulson. Joseph Kenneth Peltz. Thomas Truitt Powell. Carson Reed Richardson. Callum Michael Steiner. Alexandra Eleanor Stevens. Raymond Hiroshi Tsukada. Mackenzie Lee Williams. From Civil and Environmental Engineering, Dr. D. Von Griffiths, Department Head. Clara Elizabeth Henkler Davis. Kylie Lauren Vandermeer. Madison Diane Tatinsky. Lisa Annandale. Lauren Lyra Boffman. Lucas Brandon Baum. Lane David Beamer. Evan Jong Bilter. Dylan Brown. Madeline Nicole Brule. Nathan Carver Campbell. Maxon D'Antonio Cisneros. Susan Yvonne Noémie Clote de Brosia. Charles Andrew Kuhn. Madeline Josephine Kerrigan Dieslin. Elise Virginia Drummond. Mia Margaret Easton. Caitlin Benke Emerson. Tyler James Folkman. Ian Robert Frakes. Emily Johanna Friesen. Dayanira Gallegos. Jenna Lord Garneau. Matthew Allen Grum. Cole Stefan Hammernick. Preston Stanford Hodges. Andrew Jerome Herter IV. Tyler H. Jacobs. Milos Jankovic. Allison Nicole Jansen. Corbin Hunter Johnson. Jeffrey Grant Johnson. Paige Meredith Johnson. Allison Elizabeth Cantor. Allison May Clemstein. Jordan E. Larice. Devin Lauer Duarte. Kagan Daniel Lawrence. Benjamin Yim Lombardi. James William Lupo. Sam Jacob Marek. Andrew Stephen Wayne Mackin, Lola Malilai Martin, Joe Vega Martinez, Reese Anthony McLean, Abigail Joanne Miller, Trent Alec Nilsson, Hosanna May Oliva, Sarah Elizabeth Ontiveros Quintana, Seo Hyun Park, Sydney McClay Pavetti Hankey, Shannon Gabrielle Robinson, Ella Rose Santagati, Neil Joseph Serene, Lucas Michael Schulte, Alexis Jade Surhall, Zachary Daniel Thomases, Ava Amelia Weiss, Bo William Worley, Noah A. Willie, Caitlin Ann Wynn, Sadie Claire Wolf, Jace B. Wright, Zachary Maxwell Zanetti, Ashley Jewel Bolton, William George Bryan, Emily Cameron, Naomi Elizabeth Carleo, Carson Alexander Cheney, Nicholas J. Cram, Sophia on Diomedes, Rachel Elizabeth DeBrogny, Brenda Marie Dodson, Ezra Elkazaz, Carter X. Gonzalez, Nikita Yegorovich Hanov, Conrad Joseph Kalwick, Danielle Elizabeth Kosowski,
Tara R. Lindgren,
Maya Joy McDonald, Shelby W. Merriman, Alexandria Elizabeth Morton, Sabina Agneta Nachtigal, Grace Marguerite Pasqua, Hunter Donovan Reeves, Sadie Leah Schertz, Ava Elizabeth Skinner, Jake Robert Stogner, Braden Mark Strews, Samantha Taylor Taylor. Allie K. Thompson. Kayla Jean Uziak. Jessica Elizabeth Van Owen. Aiden Thomas Williams. Christian Richard Alvarez. Cairo Ann Swanborn Baker. Jacob Dinklenberg. Daniel Stephen Hartson. Gabrielle Colette Marasco. Joshua Jaswinder Samra. Peyton Joseph Valenga. From Geology and Geological Engineering, Dr. Paul Santee, Department Head. Connor Radley Brooks. Joseph William Barron. Ashton Aleno Campi. Landon Paul Church. Sophia Matilda Enriquez. Emily Marie Fastoff. Shelby Mary Ruth Gilson. Julian Adam Golick. Bella Sky Hatch. Michael Andrew Holleran. Ariel R. Hudson. Marina Ray Lloyd. Sylvia Jasmine Lopez Rodriguez. Emma Abby Nelson. Kathleen M. Panera. Sarah Maurice Dendero Reyes. John William DeVilius Shivo. Abigail Elaine Stewart. Mason C. Voivodik. From Petroleum Engineering, Dr. Jennifer Miskimins, Department Head. Alexander L. Kiachin. Abdel Mohsen Daniel Al Ismail. Munir Mohammed Al Dosari. Abdulaziz Othman Al Gamdi. Abdullah Faisal Al Hindi. Wafa Amin Al Majad. Muhammad A. Al Mubarak. Rod Muhammad Al Saifi. Muath Wadi Al Wafi. Zainab Jassim Aman. Richard Alejandro Antonorsi. Isabel Ryan Connolly. Stuart Alexander Earhart, Jared Anthony Gerard, Grace Elena Hernandez, Jonathan David Cloth, Matthew Tripp Lindrum, Nicholas Frederick Lombardi, Arnoldo Montanez, Jeffrey Vegas Morosini, Finn Patrick Nicholson, Quinn Antonio Pawiro Reggio, Elizabeth Levitt Prescott, Tony Salgado Chami, Mohammed Yasser Samkeri, Casey James Thibault, Riley Nancy Ward, from Geophysics, Dr. Paul Sava, Department Head, Caitlin Aiko Manalili, Julia Grace Berglind, Peyton Pilar Chandler, John Charles Dollar, Kaylee Joy Doherty, Renee Caroline Fisher, Jimena Garcia Prieto, Kathleen Grace Gonzalez, Ian Patrick Hickey, Marat Lucas Holt, Callum James Hood Cree, Jack Patrick Logan, Jude Arden Lowe, Khadija Abdoulaye Mariko, Anna E. Malega, Eliza Ross, Nathan C. Spalding, Olivia May Wills, Finley Heath Wolf, from Applied Mathematics and Statistics, Dr. Stephen Pankovich, Department Head, Genevieve A. Marecki, Nevaeh Grace Aronson, Macy Paige Algrim, Jacob Warren Billings, Gunnar Daniel Bozenko, Samuel James Burren Brown V, Kutara C. Caudle, Henry Peter Finola, Zoe Elizabeth Ganshorn. Kate Nichols Harvey. John Martin Kilsdonk. Cecilia Klein. Caroline Rose Landers.
Leonhard Werner Mlachnik.
Ryan Douglas Netushil. Sadie Suzanne Niblet. Carl Andre Osis. Akemi Adrian Ozoa. Elspeth Marie Schutfort. Camden Christine Seals. Jackson Drake Stathis. Jordan Ellie Tierney. Ryan James Voss. Aidan Daniel Waller. Meals Christopher Walcott. Benjamin Wu.
From Economics and Business, Dr. Scott Hauser, Department Head. Nicholas Robert Huber. Audrey Beatty. Philip Thomas Catnaw, Jr.
Cassandra Ferreira. Brendan R. France. Issa Fussman. Wesley James Garrett. Moses Bradley Giles. Amelia Vi Johnson. Samuel Odell Keegan.
Aaliyah Aimong Lin.
Brady James Northrop. Matthew Payne. Ryan Siegfried Reiser.
Wyatt Daniel Rice.
Lily Ann Sensney. Lillian Nola Thorson. Ariana Torres. Skylar Lehman Wild. Andrew Gabriel Wilson.
From Engineering, Design, and Society, Dr. Dean Newsma, Department Head.
Ashley Marie Donor. Faith Rianne Applegate. Hannah Ann Asbell. Elijah Tzu Un Chen.
Max Jansen Daniese.
Kayla Nicole Ferrara. Hannah Elizabeth Gates. Isabella Hatsuko Latier. Karuna Asha Owens. Tanner Michael Page. Annabelle Eileen Papp. Hannah Mackenzie Shaw. Julianne Lorraine Stevens. Lee Hong Fei Sweet Sight.
All right, we've got another student still to cross the stage. So we occasionally, I don't know how it happens actually, every once in a while somebody manages to get 2 degrees. And so we tend to end up with the double degree recipients crossing the stage. What we do is we opt to clap twice as loud instead of making them have to go around and cross the stage twice. So anyway, pretty special deal to do this.
Jacoby Matthew Wells.
Okay, how about a round of applause again for all of these wonderful graduates? And graduates, congratulations on passing assignment number 2. I thought we'd do, I want you to do something for me. Just sort of stand up and look back at the audience for a moment. You can turn any way you want. I want you to, you probably don't get to see this when you're crossing the stage because you're so nervous crossing the stage, but it's fun watching the audience. And I'd like all of you, like many of you just like popped up spontaneously. Some of you have like very large heads of your students. So I'm going to count to 3 and everybody just sort of like in the audience hops so they can see what actually happened when they cross the stage all together, okay? So 1, 2, 3. So save a little bit of that. We're going to need a little bit in a couple minutes. But families, thank you so much. That was a lot of fun. Graduates, you can sort of turn around and sit back down again for a moment. We're going to wrap up here in a second. I did want to give a couple special mentions to geophysics and business engineering management for their special bling they were hanging around their necks as they were crossing the stage. I don't know if any other call-outs you wanted for people, but that was pretty good. So anyway, okay. We have one last thing to do, and that's to confer your degrees. I assume you'd like us to do that. Good, all right. This is where your third assignment's gonna come into play, and I'll mention that in a minute. So Provost Tompkins, Trustee Coors, and I are gonna read sequence of words that officially confers your degrees. When we get to the end of that, I'm gonna give you the traditional, you can now move your tassel from the right to the left, all right? And all of you can do that at that point in time. That's also the opportunity for you to like throw hats in the air, high five each other, chest bump each other, whatever you want to do. Just make it look like super spontaneous. Because our marketing communication team loves to capture video of this part. And like you could be broadcast all over social media in just like 20 minutes if you do this really pretty awesome, okay? So audience, while they're doing that, we get a chance to cheer for them one more time. And then when that quiets down a little bit, that comes to the third and last assignment for this ceremony, which is we are going to ask graduates to sing the fight song. They're like, finally an assignment I can do without having to think too hard about it. So anyway, you might be able to guess who gave us that particular assignment, and I think he's going to be here to help us with this a little bit. Oh, I can talk again? Okay. All right. Anyway, so Blaster is actually going to lead us in the fight song, and I think all of you know how it starts, right? You want to show them again just in case they missed that? Got it. Okay. So Blaster's in charge of leading us to the fight song. When we get to the end of the fight song, that will be our last chance, audience, to cheer for these amazing graduates. And great time to give them a good send-off. And if it were up to me, the ceremony would end right there. But it's not up to me, and just like with all your classes, class isn't over till the faculty say it's over, right? So we do have a representative, designated representative from the faculty, Professor Villas over here. He's the Faculty Senate President. His job, he opened the book to start the ceremony. When he closes the book, the ceremony officially ends. He tends to do that when it gets really loud in here. We do have until 5 o'clock to the next ceremony, but I don't think he's going to stretch it out that long. So anyway, if we make a lot of noise, he'll close the book. Music will go off. The platform party will escape, because I need them for one more ceremony. If everybody could stay in place while they're doing that, that would be great. After they're off the stage, everybody, if you'd like to meet us outside, lots of places to take pictures. Blaster will be out there, and Blaster the Burro will be out there too. So great photo ops for all of that. We'd like everybody to help sing the fight song. If you don't know it, it's not too hard. It'll flash on the screen for a moment. It's in the programs. For the audience, the only thing you really need to know is you're going to say hell of it 12 times. And at the end, we're going to spell mines and shake our fists at Boulder. Okay? All we got to do. So I think we can do that. So just to go over this real quickly, 3 of us are going to read the words. We're going to confer your degrees, tassels right to left, photogenic, cinematic moment for the graduates. We're going to make a lot of noise. It's going to calm down a little bit. We're going to keep an eye on Blaster. At some point, he's going to key us off on the fight song. And then we're going to make a lot of noise at the end. The book is going to close. Platform party is going to get the heck out of here. And then we're going to see everybody outside. How's that for a deal? Graduates, we got that? Okay. Blaster would like a little help, though. And so we could use a few folks who wouldn't mind coming up here to help him sing the fight song. I know at least 2 I'm going to call up right now, and you can bring your friends. Elia, get up here from women's rugby. And Elizabeth Prescott from Mines Track and Field, get up here. And feel free to point out and call out anybody that you want to come here with you. We can have more than 2. In fact, the last ceremony, I think we had 20. So, all right. I know we got folks from Mines Drumline here and all sorts of other things, Mines Dance, Mines Cheer. All right. Okay. I think we're doing good. Okay, we need to part a little bit so the audience can see what we're doing. Just like, say, the Canadian, move to the side. Okay, all right. Okay, all right, you're doing good. All right. That's okay. We're gonna do pretty good here. So, Michael, why don't you come on up? Stephanie, why don't you come on up for this? When we're done, if you're on the platform, stay for a picture, okay? Don't run away. A couple other things we need real quick. Rob, we're gonna need you. You have a role. You get to hold the sacred lightsaber as the guest speaker. That's your job for that. And Elizabeth, would you like to fire the blaster? Sure. Okay. Number one, don't point at anybody. Barrel stays up. A lot of people from Texas know that. You can hit Dylan. Okay. When it comes time, only when the music's playing, you'll flip this safety switch and just press the trigger. And just aim up. Try not to hit anybody in the head. Okay, I think we're ready for, okay. Real quick, let's do a real quick warm-up. I want to thank everybody who helped put this ceremony together and who works really behind the scenes to get everything done. Let's give them a big round of applause real quick. Okay. All right, everybody ready? In the stands, you ready back there? Okay, everybody in the middle, you ready there? Okay, students, you ready? Soon-to-be graduates, okay. All right, let's go. I think there's some words here somewhere. Yep, that's the one.
Yep. Sorry, we had to find the right magic words. So, candidates for the bachelor's degree, please rise. All right. President Johnson, with the approval of the faculty, I recommend that the Bachelor of Science degree be conferred upon these candidates. The candidates who are unable to be present today will be awarded their degrees in absentia, but their names appear in the program.
All right, thank you, Provost Tompkins. Trustee Coors, I present to you and the Board of Trustees these amazing candidates. Each has been recommended by the faculty. I concur with the Colorado School of Mines' amazing super-duper world-class faculty. It says that. And it is my honor to present these candidates to you for your acceptance.
President Johnson, by the action of the Board of Trustees of the Colorado School of Mines taken in our meeting on May 1st, 2026, I direct you to award these candidates the degrees that they have earned. Congratulations.
Almost. Missing a couple words. All right, thank you, Trustee Coors. This is my funnest part of all ceremonies to read this. Upon recommendation of the faculty and by authority of the Board of Trustees, graduates, I confer upon each of you the degree of Bachelor of Science in your designated curriculum with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities pertaining thereto. I congratulate you one last time on this outstanding accomplishment. We are so proud of you. You can now move your tassel from the right to the left, and let's have a cinematic moment here.